We started to see power lines go down, trees go down, whole houses float past us. We saw a man get swept away in his truck, and there was absolutely nothing we could do about it. And it was absolutely horrific. You don't really let yourself feel emotions in the moment because you're just so focused on surviving. And even when I saw my family for the first time, I was still in survival mode. And we finally got to Eli's family's house where we're staying and we're safe. I just broke down, completely broke down. Usually by the time storms reach us, it's about a tropical storm. We experienced some flooding, but not a ton. We did not receive any evacuation notices until Friday morning at about 7 a.m. And at that point, it said only evacuate if you have directly been told to. Otherwise, stay put. Do not try to leave. But nothing could have possibly prepared us for what we actually experienced with this storm. Usually the Cane River that we live above is about 4 feet deep. We had 3 days of rain before the storm came, and it was probably between 8 and 10 feet deep at that point. The entire landscape of the river and the surrounding area on our property changed. Our basement was flooding. Power line had crashed at our house. The water was kissing our cars parked in our driveway, and we live on a highway. The highway was ripped up, and the bridge that's right in front of our house was completely in half. So there's no way for us to leave. We were completely trapped. The first day, it was completely silent. We didn't even see any people walking around. And then the next day, we started to see people from our community kind of come out, and at this point, the roads were exposed enough for us to walk on. So we walked up and down seeing if anybody needed help. There were a couple of other people that were stranded there. We experienced 4 casualties just within a half-mile stretch of our road. On Sunday night, they actually flew in to figure out a plan to get to us, and no matter what kind of state we were in. The woman who and her family who came in to rescue her grandparents took a picture of us sitting outside and reported it to the Facebook group. So my family knew that we were alive. She came back to get her grandparents' dogs. We lent them our canoe to transport the dogs across the river. When we did that, they told us that our family was coming. My family actually lives in Fort Myers, Florida. They just freshly got back from rescuing my boyfriend and I just a few days ago, only to be met with this powerful storm and evacuating again. My heart fully goes out to everybody who's going to be affected by Milton. So many of these towns that I have so many childhood memories at, they're wiped off the face of the planet. And I don't think that people understand how bad this was, how dire the situation is based on the topography of Asheville, how hard it is to get to people. Well, as with any natural disaster of this scale, marginalized people get affected greater. So if there's a message I could get out to everybody who wants to help, donating to people who currently live here, who are on the ground doing the work, is the best way. There's not one person I know that lives in Asheville who does not need financial assistance right now. We are going to need help for coming weeks, months, maybe even years rebuilding. Yes, help now, but also check in 2 weeks from now, a month from now. See how you can help then, 2 months from now. This is a long process of rebuilding.